So, good afternoon, everyone. Today is a historic moment, as I would say, for the Department of Political Science, Guwahati University, as it is a rare moment that we are having 4 former professors of our department who had worked in this department, contributed to the development of this department, and to the greater academic intelligentsia from time to time. So, it's an honor for us to host four of the former professors of our department. We have with us Professor P.S. Reddy. Sir was HOD in charge of our department from Hussain sir also joined us. I once again would like to say that it's a historic moment for the Department of Political Science, as we are having 4 former professors of our department today sitting in a row, which is a matter of honor and a very matter of pride for the students of this year studying here. So we have with us today Professor P.S. Reddy, who had worked as the HOD in charge from 1975 to 78, and then again in 1989 to 1992. We also have with us Professor Anuradha Datta ma'am, who had worked as HOD from 1998 to 2001. We also have with us Professor Monirul Hussain, HOD 2001 to 2004, and then again in 2009 from to 2012. We also have with us Professor Sandhya Goswami ma'am, who was HOD from 2006 to 9, and then again in 2012. So it's really an honor for all of the students and faculties and everyone of the department to host you today in this department. I would like to call our HOD sir to deliver the welcome note.
Respected my teachers, Professor B.S. Reddy sir, Professor Anuradha Datta madam, respected Professor Monirul Hussain sir, respected Professor Sandhya Goswami Baidil, respected Professor Aloka Harma Baidil, my esteemed colleagues, and my dear students. We are really happy today, and it's really a historic moment today that we are together here, a kind of so many generations. Professor P.S. Reddy sir headed this department during emergency period. This department has a glorious history, and it started in 1958. Professor B. Venkata Rao sir was the head of the department, and he led the department at its initial phase when it was established. And after that, the department was headed by Professor Devaprasad Barua sir. And during emergency, some critical situation arose, and Professor P.S. Reddy sir headed the department from 1975 June to 1978 February. And after that, the department was being headed by different stalwarts, and most of them are present here already spoken. That department was headed by Professor Niru Hazarika Madam, Professor Kunja Medhi Baidev, Professor Anuradha Datta Baidev, Professor Monirul Hussain sir, Professor Sandhya Goswami Baidev, Professor Aloka Harma Baidev, Professor Nani Gopal Mohanto sir, and Professor A.R. Datta. So during these periods, we have seen so many developments, so many research studies in different areas, and the department has expanded its horizon from various fields of political science. I would not like to explain all these dimensions. Today, Professor Reddy sir, Professor Anuradha Datta Baidev, Professor Hussain sir, Professor Sandhya Goswami madam, all will explain, all will recall, all will remember, all will advise us regarding our future steps too. So today we have organized this function specifically to welcome Professor P.S. Reddy sir and also to recall the history of the department and to get some kind of specific future guidance for the department. So I welcome you all, sir and madam, and I would also like to thank specifically Dr. Sulekha Bhattacharya for accompanying Professor P.S. Reddy sir to the department today. Again, I welcome you all. Thank you very much.
Now let's go on with the felicitation. I would like to call Priyanka Kumari Kushwaha from 4th semester to felicitate Professor P.S. Reddy. Dikha Rani Gogoi would felicitate Professor Anuradha Dutta. Research scholar of our department, Degutpal Bora, will felicitate Professor Manirul Hussain. Pompi Kolita will felicitate Sandhya Goswami ma'am.
ঘৰৰ মানুহ ঘৰলৈ আহিছে ফেলিচিটেট কৰিব লাগে
We also have with us Sulekha Bhattacharya. I would like to call Arpita Ganguly to felicitate Sulekha Bhattacharya.
sometimes I write this is Bhattacharya also
You write Chakraborty.
no she writes Chakraborty
Okay. No, but then
but I got married to
Bhattacharya.
okay
Chakraborty Bhattacharya. No, hold on, somewhere. Hey,
দিলে বাইদেউ কমাই দিলে চাগে
Okay, so we will now move on to the part of hearing to the guests that we have today. It's really a great moment for us because we never know what happened to this department back in 40 or 50 years ago. So we all are always excited and curious to listen to those stories that or the glorious past that our department had, because we all know that there are a lot of established fraternity that from ranging from civil society to bureaucracy to politics who had studied in this department. At this moment, I remember an incident a few days back when we were receiving the trophy of volleyball runners-up in the BKB hall after the varsity week. It was Samujjal Bhattacharya who was handing over us the trophy. So when the anchor announced that Department of Political Science runners-up in volleyball, so we went onto the stage to receive the trophy, and we were a little quiet because the rest of the departments were shouting, but we were a little quiet. So Samujjal Bhattacharya said that political science knows a lot more departments here. So that's the spirit. Everyone gets excited when they hear about their department name or come across any member who was once associated with their department. So we all are really curious and excited to hear to the guests that we have today. First of all, I would like to invite Professor Anuradha Dutta ma'am to please come over here, ma'am, and tell us.
বাইদেউ ইয়ালৈকে আহিলে চবেই শুনিব পিছৰ ফালে আছে না মাতটো ডাঙৰ হ'লেও নুশুনিব হ'ব বাইদেউ এতিয়া ইয়াৰ
পৰ্দাবিলাক গুচাই দিয়ক respected Professor Reddy and my friends Manirul, Kandha, Anto, my students also, then Oloka, Okhil, Moroka, and all of them actually. I won't go on naming. I'm very happy to be here today
to remember my student days as well as my teaching period. I belong to this department. I studied here, then I also taught here for quite a long time. My friend who was announcing, he was saying that he wants to hear about how our days were. So those days were, as you can see, the department in the old building. We had just, at the beginning, we had just 2 rooms. Then we had another room, 3 rooms. So it was a very limited area in which we worked. And all the teachers were sitting around a long table. So that was the best part of our teaching, because all of us who belong to the different age group, but we are being very, very friendly. So Okil was a student at those days for a very short period of time. And Monirul also was not, Monirul, Khainda, all of them actually came, Aloka, from different universities. In our days, Professor Rao, who started the department, you must have all heard about him. I remember certain characteristics about, I should say, the way he led his life and the way he taught was very different. He was totally dedicated to the department. Early in the morning, he comes to the department, and we just used to have a blackboard. And from the top to the bottom, he writes down all the points he is going to teach. And he was very, very punctual. I'll not name them, but there were 1 or 2 teachers who was younger than me, who sometimes used to come late to the department, and Professor Rao was standing there to pull him out and say, "You are 10 minutes late, so you cannot go in now." So those were the days which were there. Then Professor D.P. Barua was also the head of the department. Then it was the days of Assam movement. Our department was almost a, what do I say? It was, many things were going on in the political science department regarding the Assam movement. The people used to get together because D.P. Barua was a person who had given a lot of advices to the students who were being involved in the Assam movement. And there's many more teachers, head of the department, some officials who used to get together, and even people from the workers' union. They used to all sit down and discuss about the future of the Assam movement. So we are not very regular in the teaching, but even then, Professor Rao used to be very particular, and he used to advise all of us that studies should continue along with whatever is happening. So during the Assam movement, many of our students in later period become ministers. Even today, some of them are our students. But I am sorry to say that actually, though they were very much being involved in the movement, but in the later part of the period, things changed as the whole culture, political culture has changed. And as a result of that, I will not say that we produce very good politicians as expected. Nevertheless, what I want to say is that our department was very much a part of the movement. And as mentioned by Samudjal Bhattacharya, who was supposed to be our student, and my student also, but I remember seeing him only 2 days in our class. So he was trying to talk about the educational culture, and he asked me that you should come and talk. I said, "Do you remember how many days you attended your classes?" Then he says, I'm sorry, I don't want to talk about that culture because I'm not very good in it. I could not manage my students who were all involved in the students' movement. I'm not talking negatively. I said there are a lot of qualities which have developed, but at the same time, we lost a lot of the culture which should be there in an educational institution. Professor Reddy was my teacher, and later on I joined him as a colleague. But with Sir, we are family friends because both my children and our children grew up together, and we had lot of good things to remember. He was very neat when he was writing. He was giving us the points one by one, and he expected us to study well. He was very serious about the studies. And later on, when we did little bit of work regarding the voting behavior and published certain booklets about the voting behavior, he was the person behind it. Then he also tried to put in some work with us so that we can do some research other than concentrating on a limited field. So there were a number of students who were encouraged by Professor Reddy, and there were a number of people who passed out with their PhD. And what do I say about you cannot imagine what type of, because I belong to two generations, I think, before the students here. So the political culture, even the culture in general has changed. It's very nice for us to see the atmosphere in this department, and you have got all the facilities, and you have got some brilliant teachers, persons like, I will not mention, each one of them is very rich with their knowledge and experience. So I wish you all the best, and I hope that you can enjoy and make use of the facilities and make use of the talents you have in your teachers, because a person like Jayanto was a very, very serious student, and he was very serious about writing his, exams, scripts also. Just looking at the script, we knew that it belonged to Jayanto because he used to write it so clean and always put some red marks to emphasize. So what I want to tell you is that you have an opportunity much more than what we had, and it is very natural, and I want you to get more opportunities, doing more research, and basically I am very proud of this department because I believe each and every teacher is very talented, and it is your days, and you should be able to make use of them. I thank you very much for giving us this opportunity. I am feeling very nice to come back to the department, especially the type of honor is giving to us because we all belong to the same family. So I wish you all the best. All of you must be a good student and a good human being. Even if you become a politician, please remember that after all, you are a human being, and don't forget about the values. You must be thinking, because I'm an old lady giving you so much of advice, I wish you all the best, and I really expect this department to do very well in every walk of life. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Anuradha ma'am. Those words really, we just can imagine how the department was because we never witnessed those days. Now I would like to call Monirul Hussain sir. Please, sir.
নাথাকিলেও টেবুলখন আছেতো ভাল লাগিব
একেলগে বহি একাপ চাহ খাম আৰু কথা বতৰা পাতি গুচি আহিম
এইটো চাহ খোৱাৰ নিচিনা
কথাটো অকণ বেলেগ ফৰ্মেলি মিটিং হয় যেন লাগিছে আৰু এইটো ৰুমত মই তেতিয়া ক্লাছ কৰা নাই আগতে আজি প্ৰথম সোমাইছোঁ
এইটো তেতিয়া এনেকুৱা হোৱা নাছিল পাছত
আমাৰ যিবোৰ মেমৰিটো সেই ইটো বিল্ডিঙত থাকি গ'ল আৰু এইটো বিল্ডিঙৰ কেইটামান ৰুমত আছে এইটো ৰুমত মই ক্লাছ কৰি পোৱা নাই
এইটো কোৱা নাই
এইটোতো আমি ক্লাছ কৰা নাই আৰু এইটো বিল্ডিঙত খুব কম ক্লাছ কৰিছে আমি আৰু বেছিভাগ ক্লাছ আমাৰ সেই সিটো বিল্ডিঙতে আছে আৰু ৰাও ছাৰৰ মেমৰি হ'লে সেইটো
বিল্ডিং হয়
আৰু ৰাও ছাৰৰ কাৰণে এবাৰ মোৰ ছিনিয়ৰ কলিগসকলৰ এটা সমস্যা হৈছিলে যেতিয়া মই প্ৰথম জইন কৰোঁ ইয়াত ইউনিভাৰ্চিটিত
ইয়েৰটো কৈ দিব তেতিয়া আমাৰ
1978 বহুত বছৰ আগত 1978 মই প্ৰথম জইন কৰোঁ তেতিয়া মই JNUৰ পৰা আহিছোঁ ইয়াং ষ্টুডেণ্ট আৰু তাত এটা নিয়ম আছিলে কি আমি ৰুমত নপঢ়োঁ আমি লাইব্ৰেৰী বা অফিচতহে কৰোঁ তাৰপিছত মই ইয়ালৈ আহিলোঁ আহি পেলাই সেইটো ডিপাৰ্টমেণ্টত আমাৰ ডিপাৰ্টমেণ্টত ভেংকটাৰায়ে ডিপাৰ্টমেণ্টতে থাকে খোৱা বোৱা পঢ়া শুনা চব ৰাইট আৰু খোৱা একেবাৰে চিম্পুল আছিলে অকণমান ভাত বনায় চব্জিও নবনায় এটা চিঙাৰা কিনি আনে চিঙাৰাটো ভাঙে চিঙাৰাৰ ভিতৰত যিখিনি চব্জি আছে তাৰে তেওঁ লাঞ্চ ডিনাৰ এয়া কৰে ভেৰি চিম্পল পাৰ্চন মই অহাৰ পিছত যেতিয়া মই JNU প্ৰথম আহিছোঁ আহি আমাৰ JNU এটা পঢ়াৰ অভ্যাস আছিলে কি ৰুমত নিজৰ ৰুমত নপঢ়ে লাইব্ৰেৰীত পঢ়ে বা ডিপাৰ্টমেণ্টত পঢ়ে তো মই অহাৰ পিছত গধূলি সময়ত মই ওলাই যাওঁ ডিপাৰ্টমেণ্টত মই ৰুমত পঢ়োঁ আৰু ডিপাৰ্টমেণ্টত অকল সেইটো সময়ত এফালে ভেংকটৰাও ছাৰ আৰু মই বাকী কোনো নাই বাকী শিক্ষকসকলে নপঢ়ে ডিপাৰ্টমেণ্টত নপঢ়ে সেইটো এটা সমস্যা হৈ গ'ল ৰাও ছাৰে বেলেগ টিচাৰবিলাক ধৰিবলৈ গ'লে এই ল'ৰাটো এতিয়া দিল্লীৰ পৰা আহিছে ই যে আহি গধূলি ইয়াত পঢ়েহি তহঁতি নাপালে তাৰপিছত মই দেখিলোঁ যে ৰাও ছাৰৰ পৰা আৰু বহুতে বহুত কিবা কিবি হ'ব গতিকে মই ডিপাৰ্টমেণ্টলৈ গধূলি যোৱাটো বন্ধ কৰি যি পঢ়িব লাগে ঘৰতে পঢ়িলোঁ ৰাও ছাৰে ডিপাৰ্টমেণ্টত 24 hours ভাৰ্চুৱেলি তেওঁ 24 hours আছিল আৰু খোৱা বোৱা কৰাবিলাকৰ বিষয়ে কোনে জানে নাজানে মই নাজানো মই জানো তেখেতে অকণমান ভাত ৰান্ধিলে দাইল চাইল একো নাই শৰ্মা কেণ্টিনৰ পৰা চিঙাৰা আনিলে চিঙাৰাটো খুলিলে চিঙাৰাৰ ভিতৰত আলুখিনি উলিয়ালে সেইখিনি আলু ভাজি দি তেখেতে ডিনাৰ কৰে অতি চিম্পুল এনেকুৱা চিম্পুল মানুহ মই এডুকেশ্যনত আৰু দেখা নাই চিঙাৰাৰ ভিতৰৰ যিখিনি ভাজি সেইখিনি তেওঁৰ তৰকাৰী মাছ মাংসটো কথাই নাই সেইখিনিকে অকণমান ভাত সিজাই সেইকেইটাকে লৈ তেখেতে খায়
Okay, please.
আমাক এটা বেলেগ ধৰণৰ হেৰি দিছিলে আৰু ছাৰে যায় কেণ্টিনত যায় চিঙাৰাটো কিনি আনে চিঙাৰাটো তেওঁ চিঙাৰা হিচাপে নাখায় চিঙাৰাটোক চব্জি হিচাপে খায় চিঙাৰা চব্জিটো উলিয়াই আৰু অকণমান ভাত ৰান্ধে কোনোবাই আহি পেলাই তেওঁক কেতিয়াবা হেল্প কৰি দিয়ে নহ'লে বেছিভাগ সময় তেওঁক নিজে অতি চিম্পুল মানুহ এনেকুৱা চিম্পুল মানুহ মই মোৰ জীৱনত কেইবাটাও ইউনিভাৰ্চিটিৰ লগত মই জড়িত আছোঁ কিন্তু ক'তো দেখা নাই কিন্তু সেইটো আছিলে আৰু কেতিয়াবা ক'ৰবাৰ পৰা মন গ'লে অকণমান তেওঁ ডিপাৰ্টমেণ্টত ৰাতি থাকে ডিপাৰ্টমেণ্টতে আছিলে তেওঁ থকা খোৱা ডিপাৰ্টমেণ্টতে হৈছিলে আৰু ৰাতি যিহেতু মই বেছি দেৰিলৈকে আছিলোঁ তেখেতে ক'বলৈ গ'লে ৰাতি অকণমান দেৰিকৈ আহিলে মোলৈ অকণমান কিয় খোৱা বস্তু লৈ আহে তুমি ইমান দেৰি এইটো খোৱা চিঙৰা এটা মিঠাই এটা কিবা এটা সেইটো হ'ল তেখেতৰ লগত মোৰ এটা বিশেষ সম্পৰ্ক এটা আছিলে এনেকুৱা চিম্পুল শিক্ষক মই কেইবাটাও বিশ্ববিদ্যালয়ৰ লগত জড়িত আছিলোঁ কিন্তু এনেকুৱা চিম্পুল শিক্ষক পৃথিৱীত ক'তো দেখা নাই গতিকে তেখেতক আমি আজি শ্ৰদ্ধাৰে কৰোঁ আৰু তেখেতৰ যিসকল ছাত্ৰ আছিলে গোটেইখিনি তেখেতক শ্ৰদ্ধাৰে এতিয়াও সোঁৱৰে আমি ভাবোঁ তেখেতৰ বিষয়ে আমি কিবা অলপ কৰিব লাগে এটা হ'ল কি এটা আমি ডিপাৰ্টমেণ্টৰ বোধ কৰোঁ কৰিব পাৰোঁ এটা তেখেতৰ অনাৰত এটা আমি পজিটিভ উলিয়াব পাৰোঁ এটা ভেংকটৰাও ছাৰৰ সোঁৱৰণত তাৰপিছত ডিপিবৰুৱা ছাৰৰ সোঁৱৰণত তাৰপিছত ৰেড্ডি ছাৰৰ সন্মানত ঠিক তাৰপিছত গগৈ ছাৰৰ সন্মানত তেনেদৰে আমি চিৰিজ অফ কিতাপ আমি উলিয়াব পাৰোঁ এই টান কাম নহয় কিন্তু শিক্ষকসকলে অকণমান মন দিলে এই কামটো পৰা যায় আৰু এই কামটো 5 বছৰৰ ভিতৰত পুৰণা 5জনৰ ৰিটায়াৰ্ড টিচাৰ ভেংকটৰাও ছাৰ ডিপিবৰুৱা ছাৰ অনুৰা বাইদেউ কুঞ্জ বাইদেউ নিৰু বাইদেউ সকলোৰে নামত আমি কিছু কিতাপ উলিয়াব পাৰোঁ ডিগটো অনাৰ মই এইখিনিকে ক'লোঁ তোমালোক সকলোকে শুভেচ্ছা আৰু মই সময় নলওঁ ইয়াকে কৈ মই সামৰিছোঁ সকলোকে
Sunday,
থিয় হ'লে ভাল লাগে মাইকটো সন্মুখত থাকিলে মাইকটো সন্মুখত থাকিলে থকা যেনে লাগে
Thank you. More of the Latin proverb monot polise. Home is the place not where you live, but where you love. So moi aji tenko lagise.
Home is the place where the heart is.
Not heart. Yeah.
Heart is.
So I feel today as if I am coming home. And thanks to Professor Reddy sir for making it
Our
possible.
heart is here.
Because he has come all the way and give us his presence here so that we can go back to our good old days when I joined in the department in the year 1990, first number.
1990
90, and Oloka joined next year.
91
91. So look, that's I think I met Professor Reddy when he was the head of the department, and I got a lot of inspiration from him. Firstly, as Hussein. Hussein is again my colleague because we both studied in engineering, right? So, yeah. And then Professor Reddy is very meticulous. His handwriting is super, and I request all of you, please try to follow his, you look at his handwriting, then you will see, because handwriting has to be very clear. And I remember when I used to correct answer script, I always look for good handwriting. So this is one trick for all the students here. If you want to do well, you please make your handwriting very clear and readable. That is one skill I have learned from Professor Reddy. And for class timing, he is very regular. So that also I have learned from him. So thank you, sir. You have come all the way to be with us and make this our get together very historic. So you have asked me what to say about the department. I have joined 1990. Then when I joined the department, তেতিয়া মই অসমীয়াতে কওঁ অকণমান তেতিয়া মোৰ নিজৰ অলপ হেৰি লাগে তেতিয়া মই দেখিছোঁ ডিপাৰ্টমেণ্টত দেখোন চলিবলৈ একোৱেই নাই চক এডালো নাই পেন নাই তেতিয়া কি কৰা তেতিয়া গম পালোঁ যে ডিপাৰ্টমেণ্টত কিছুমান বাজেটত কিছুমান পইচা আগত পৰে গতিকে সেইটো অকণমান তেনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ পদ্ধতি আৰম্ভ কৰিলোঁ কৰি পেলাই ডিপাৰ্টমেণ্ট নিজৰ বুদ্ধিৰে লোকৰ ডিপাৰ্টমেণ্টবিলাক চাই অকণমান ডিপাৰ্টমেণ্টটো এনলাৰ্জ কৰিবলৈ চালোঁ এক নম্বৰ আৰু দুই নম্বৰ মই আকৌ কওঁ ইয়াং টিচাৰক কওঁ যে ডিপাৰ্টমেণ্ট you need to know the history, why department has come to this level today. Ako monot porise ekhon kitab E.H. Carey likhisile what is history. Teo koise je if you want to know present scientifically, you need to know the past. Gotike etiar amar etu porjay hoise tar karone moi gotei young colleague mane তেওঁলোকক শুভেচ্ছা জনাইছোঁ তেওঁলোকে ভাল কাম কৰিছে আৰু কৰিব লাগিব আৰু গৱেষণা কৰিব লাগিব কাৰণ টিচিংটো ভাল হয় যেতিয়া ৰিচাৰ্চ হয় গৱেষণা হয় আৰু এটা অনুষ্ঠান ইউনিভাৰ্চিটি ফাৰ্ষ্ট ডাইমেনশ্যন ইজ টিচিং ছেকেণ্ড ডাইমেনশ্যন ইজ ৰিচাৰ্চ ৰিচাৰ্চৰ জৰিয়তে এটা অনুষ্ঠানৰ নাম আমি জানিব পাৰোঁ যেনেকৈ হাৰ্ভাৰ্ড গতিকে মই শিক্ষকসকলক এটা কওঁ যে ৰিচাৰ্চ ইজ ইয়ৰ ফাৰ্ষ্ট area through which you can make your teaching very effective. আৰু দ্বিতীয়তে ষ্টুডেণ্টক কওঁ তোমালোকৰ মা দেউতা সকলোৱে তোমালোকৰ লগত বহুত কষ্ট কৰিছে গতিকে বি চিনচিয়াৰ এণ্ড অনেষ্ট হোৱাট ইউ ডু আমাৰ সমাজত এতিয়া অনেষ্ট মানুহক লাগে সমাজখন আগুৱাই নিবলৈ সেইটোকে মই কৈছোঁ আৰু শেষত তোমালোক আটাইকে শুভেচ্ছা জনাইছোঁ থেংক ইউ
Thank you so much, Sandhya ma'am. Now we would like to hear from Professor Reddy. So please.
I would like to speak from here itself.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I am used to speaking to a large class like this, so it's no different from what it was. I remember when I came here first, you will be surprised to know that was 1961.
Okay.
I had a long career from 1961 to 1999 with extensions, you forget about it. It's almost over 50 years, 40 plus years, and very sweet memories. I'm staying with a research student of mine who takes motherly care of me. It is she who asked me, there is just one trouser that is of the present day type. And she has selected, that trouser was selected by my son, although I was not, because I had never outgrown my clothes. I had never outgrown my clothes. The same set of clothes are there. And why should I have any new set of clothes just for the sake of appearing to be very modern? But then this mother-daughter of mine, I call every student a daughter as well as a mother. She takes motherly care of me. And then she says, you have to wear this trouser.
Okay.
So this is the trouser that is being used now. You cannot use those earlier broad bottoms trousers. You have to use this kind of trouser. And you have to use this kind of shirt only. This kind of, somebody came and one of those former students came and presented this. And she said, you wear this. Yes. So at this age, we have to listen to our daughters who develop as mothers. And she has been like that. Not just she, but every one of them. I tell you, this is one thing that I have realized in my life, that if we take care of our daughters and permit them to make advancement as much as to their talent, it is the best thing that we can offer to the progress of this country. So I am very grateful to all the, I see more of girl students than boy students here. Or is it they are hiding themselves?
No, sir.
Sir, we are more girls in numbers than boys.
I can see that. But this is something that, in fact, all of my colleagues, including those who have joined later, I don't make any distinction between those who belong to this university and who passed out of this university, who later became my colleagues, and others like Sanja and Professor Hussain. They're all like my colleagues only in that sense. my student colleagues. And that is how I have spent my years in the happiest way that one can imagine. So I would always advise all of you to take care of your mothers and your sisters, your mothers and your daughters. They are the future of this India. If they are taken care of, the country will be taken care of. There are 5 mothers. Mata, that is your own mother. Sri Mata, every other mother. Bhumata, Mother Earth. Bharat Mata. These are the, I'm missing one, Go Mata. These are the 5 matas that we respect. As long as this country, the people, respect these 5 matas, there is absolutely happy future for us. This is my conviction, not just words. Conviction. And that is how you have to connect yourself with your, be it your own life partner. She is your wife, that is okay. But then she takes care of you as a mother, even as a wife. Take care of your children, even as your wife. And it's a short space when you are, when she begets your children. Or else she is like any other mother. That is how we have to connect ourselves with all the ladies, with all the women, young or old, whether it is even the newborn child we address as Ma, Amma. That is how we, it is no reflection on men, please do not miss it, but then when we take care of our women, our girl children, there is a long, happy future for this country. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Professor.
Let Baido speak. Before that, talk,
মোৰ চিৰনমস্য গুৰুসকল, বহুদিনৰ মূৰত আজি ইয়াতে আহিছোঁ। কৰ্তব্য বহুখিনি আছিলে, সিমানখিনি হয়তো কৰিব পৰা নাই ডিপাৰ্টমেণ্টৰ বাবে। আজিও মই বাধ্যত পৰি আহিবলগীয়া হ'ল। এতিয়া যোৱা ৰাতি মোৰ মাহী এগৰাকী ঢুকালে, চিতাত তোলা বুলি ইয়াত সোঁৱতে গম পালোঁ তেখেতক চিতাত তুলিছে। কিন্তু মই কথা দিছোঁ যেতিয়া ছাৰক এৰি মই আহিব পৰা নাই। কথাটো হ'ল যে আপোনালোকে সকলোৱে উভতি গৈছে আগৰ জীৱনলৈ, আগৰ দিনবিলাকলৈ। আগৰ দিনবিলাকৰ কথা খুবেই মনত পৰিছে। তাৰ লগত মোৰ এষাৰি কথা মনত পৰিছে যে কোন দূৰ অতীতৰ ধ্যানমগ্ন যোগী তুমি বুলি নকওঁ আপোনালোক। তব পুণ্য কিৰণৰে কৰিলা পবিত্ৰ ভূমি, নিৰলে বজাই বিন কোন কবি কাৰণ স্বৰ্গৰ বাতৰি আহি দিলা দেৱ মৰত। আপোনালোকে আনি দিছে সকলোখিনি। মই যেতিয়া বিশ্ববিদ্যালয়ত পঢ়িছিলোঁ, মই 1974 কথা কৈ আছোঁ, খুব চঞ্চল মনৰ আছিলোঁ, অঘাইটং আছিলোঁ, দুষ্ট প্ৰকৃতিৰ আছিলোঁ। আজিকালি অলপ গহীন হ'লোঁ। সকলো ডিপাৰ্টমেণ্টৰ সকলো শিক্ষকক মই লগ কৰিছিলোঁ, চিনি পাইছিলোঁ। তেখেতসকলৰ লগত মোৰ এটা সম্পৰ্ক আছিল। আজি মোৰ মনত পৰিছে এটা কথা যে
2 दिन के लिए मेहमान यहाँ, मालूम नहीं मंजिल है कहाँ। अरमान भरा दिल तो है मगर जो दिल से मिला वो दिल है कहाँ। এটা সময়ত মই এই অডিটৰিয়ামত এয়া গাই খুব ভাল পাইছিলোঁ, হাত চাপৰি বহু শুনিছিলোঁ। আজি কিন্তু থমকি যোৱা নাই। মই আজি এইখিনিতে বহিছোঁ ন, মই নিজৰে কিবা সংকোচ লাগিছিল, কিবা লাজ লাগিছিল। এটা সময়ত তেখেতসকলে আমাক পঢ়াইছিল আৰু আজি মই এনেকৈ ওচৰত বহিবলৈ পাই নিজৰে কিবা এটা ভাল লগা নাছিলে। ভাল লগা নাছিলে মিনছ কিবা এটা অকৱাৰ্ড ফিল কৰিছিলোঁ। কিন্তু নিজকে আকৌ গৌৰৱ অনুভৱ কৰিছিলোঁ যে আজি তেখেতসকলৰ কাৰণে মই এইখিনি পৰ্যায় পালোঁনে। প্ৰশ্ন এটা মনত উদয় হৈছে যে মই এইখিনি পৰ্যায় মই পালোঁনে। কিন্তু কথাটো হৈছে যে এইখিনিৰ কাৰণে জীৱনৰ বহু ঘাট প্ৰতিঘাত পাৰ কৰি আহিবলগীয়া হ'ল। বহু কথা শুনিছিলোঁ, বহু গীত গাইছিলোঁ। আজিও ভাবোঁ যে এই এৰি অহা দিনবোৰ যেন আকৌ উভতি আহক। ইমান সুন্দৰকৈ বাইদেৱে কথাখিনি ক'লে, তাত হিষ্ট্ৰী কোৱাৰ কোনো প্ৰয়োজন নপৰে। ছাৰে যিখিনি কথা ক'লে সেয়া অলপ বেলেগ ধৰণৰ কথা। আমাৰ হক ছাৰে যিখিনি ক'লে, হুছেইন ছাৰে যিখিনি কথা ক'লে, ছাৰ বৰ ধুনীয়া আছিলে তেতিয়া। মই ছাৰক চাবৰ কাৰণে অকণমান মানে লগ পাবৰ কাৰণে এনেই বাহানা এটা আছিলে, পঢ়া শুনা কৰিছিলোঁ। সেইখিনি যেন বৰ ডাঙৰ এটা মানে এটা মেডিচিন। সেই দিনবিলাক ক'ত পাম আৰু বুজি নাহে। দেৱপ্ৰসাদ বৰুৱা ছাৰে আমাক পঢ়াইছিলে, মই খুব কেৰিকেচাৰ কৰিছিলোঁ। যোন ছাৰে যেনেকৈ পঢ়ায় ছাৰে দেৱপ্ৰসাদ বৰুৱা ছাৰে যেতিয়া ইণ্টাৰনেশ্যনেল পলিটিক্স পঢ়ায়, ছাৰে কৰ্চবিলাক কিছুমান পিছত কেতিয়াবা চান্স পালে কম পঢ়ায়, সেইবিলাক মই ক্লাছত আকৌ মানে সকলোকে মানে কেৰিকেচাৰ কৰি দেখুৱাইছিলোঁ। ছাৰে কেনেকৈ পঢ়ায় সেইবিলাকো মানে বাছ কেৰিকেচাৰ কৰোঁ। কোনে কেনেকৈ পঢ়াইছিলে ভাল লাগে কৰি। কিন্তু আজি ভাবিছোঁ যে এই সকলোখিনি কৰাৰ পিছত মই আজি যিখিনি ঠাই পাইছোঁহি এজ এ নেশ্যনেল ট্ৰেইনাৰ গভৰ্ণমেণ্ট অফ ইণ্ডিয়া। যেতিয়া IAS অফিচাৰসকলৰ মাজলৈ যাওঁ তেতিয়া এনেকুৱা লাগে যে তেখেতসকলৰ মাজলৈ গৈ এনেকুৱা লাগে যে মোৰ শিক্ষা আৰু শিকিবলৈ বাকী আছে, বহু বাকী আছে। আকৌ কেতিয়াবা এনেকুৱা লাগে যে তোমাতকৈ মই বেছিকৈহে জানোহে। সেইকাৰণে কি হয়, এই সকলোখিনিৰ যিটো অৱদান হ'ল এই শিক্ষকসকলে অৱদান। আজি আপোনালোকে যিখিনি ঠাইত আছে সঁচাকৈ কিন্তু অত্যন্ত মধুৰ ঠাই, অত্যন্ত সুন্দৰ ঠাই। আৰু এই ঠাইখিনি কিন্তু জীৱনত কিন্তু ঘূৰি নাহে। মই যেতিয়া এইফালেদি যাওঁ কেতিয়াবা এয়াৰপৰ্টৰ ফালে, তেতিয়া মই কি কৰোঁ, পলিটিকেল চায়েন্সৰ ডিপাৰ্টমেণ্টৰ ওচৰত অকণমান গাড়ীখন থিয় হৈ যাতে তেনেকৈ সেৱা এটা কৰি যাওঁ। কিয় সেইখিনি মোৰ পূজাৰ ঠাই, পূজাৰ ঠাই। দেৱপ্ৰসাদ বৰুৱা কি ছাৰে খুব মিটিং পাতে নহয়, ছাৰে তেতিয়া খুব ৰসগোল্লা এইবোৰ বনাই একদম মানে শৰ্মা কেণ্টিনৰ পৰা আহি বাল্টিত ভৰাই আনে। চবে মোক শিকাই দিয়ে, যাম কেইটামান খুজি আন, তই গ'লে দিব। মই লাহেকৈ গৈ ছাৰক এটা বাহানা লৈ যাওঁ, ছাৰ এইখিনি বুজি পোৱা নাই ছাৰ। ছাৰে কয় হয় নেকি, মই পিছত বুজাই দিম, কি লাগে একজেক্টলি তোমাক। ছাৰ ৰসগোল্লা কেইটামান দিব লৈ যোৱা, তাৰ পৰা কাগজখন ফালি পেলাই দিলে, লৈ পেলাই আমি ইমান সুন্দৰ দিন। ৰাও ছাৰৰ কথা যিখিনি ক'লে সঁচাকৈ কিন্তু ভাবিব নোৱাৰা আৰু দিন। ৰাও ছাৰৰ গাখীৰ আনি দিছিলোঁ মই, ৰাও ছাৰৰ গাখীৰ আনি দিছিলোঁ মানে ৰাতিপুৱা মোৰ কাম আছিলে গাখীৰ আনি দিয়া চাইকেল এখন আছিলে চাইকেলখন লৈ পিটপিটাই ঘূৰি ফুৰা কেম্পাছত কাক চিনি নাপাওঁ তাৰপিছতে কি হ'ল ইউনিভাৰ্চিটিত যেতিয়ালৈকে আপোনাৰ ক্লাছ আমাৰ পলিটিকেল চাইন্সৰ ক্লাছবিলাক হয় কিছুমান মোৰ ভাল নালাগে এই জানো নহয় কথাবিলাক হ'ব তাৰপিছতে কি হ'ল মই গৈ পেলাই আছামিজ ডিপাৰ্টমেণ্টত সোমাই পিছফালে লুকুৱাই থাকোঁ লুকুৱাই পেলাই তাৰ পৰা শুনি থাকোঁ কি কৈছে কি মানে কেনেকৈ ধৰণৰ কথাবিলাক কৈছে কিন্তু মই এডমিশ্যন লোৱা নাই লুকাই পেলাই সেইখিনি ধুমধাম শুনি থাকোঁ সিটো ডিপাৰ্টমেণ্টৰ পৰা সিটো তেনেকৈ মোৰ কি হ'ল আছামিজ ছাবজেক্টৰ নে লিটাৰেচাৰৰ প্ৰতি মোৰ ধাউতিটো সাংঘাতিক ধৰণে বাঢ়ি গ'ল মাজে মাজে অকণমান কিবা লিখিব জমাকা কৰোঁ ভুলে শুদ্ধাই কিন্তু কথাটো হৈছে যে শিকাৰ কাৰণে কোনো এটা মানে এজো নাই আৰু কোনো লজ্জা কৰিব নালাগে শিকিব সকলো ডিপাৰ্টমেণ্টতে গৈ শিকিব পাৰি প্ৰত্যেকজন টিচাৰৰ লগত চিনাকি হ'ব পাৰি সেইটো নহয় যে মই পলিটিকেল চাইন্স ডিপাৰ্টমেণ্টৰ লগত মাত্ৰ মই একেবাৰে খামুচি ধৰি থাকিম সেইটো নহয় যিটো মই কৰিছিলোঁ সকলো ডিপাৰ্টমেণ্টৰ লগত চিনাকি হ'ব লাগে সকলোৰ লগতে কথা পাতিব লাগে কোনটো ডিপাৰ্টমেণ্টৰ কেনেকুৱা সোৱাদ মানে ছাবজেক্ট অনুসৰি সেইখিনি জানিলে নিজৰে উন্নতি হয় নিজৰে ভাল হয় আৰু নিজৰ জীৱনটো যিটো মানৱ জীৱনটো সেইটো সঁচাকৈ মানৱ জীৱন যেন চিনাকি দিব পাৰি এনেই ডিগ্ৰী এটা লৈ ওলাই গুচি গ'লোঁ ডিগ্ৰী এটা লৈ কিবা এটা পাছ কৰিলোঁ বিয়া হৈ গ'ল সেইটো এটা বেলেগ জীৱন কিন্তু কথাটো হ'ল যে গোটেইখিনি কথা নিখুঁতভাৱে পঢ়া জনাটো এইটো ডাঙৰ এটা কিন্তু সাধনা অখিল নন্দন ভাইটি বুলিয়ে ক'ম না দাদা বুলিয়ে ক'ম না ছাৰ বুলিয়ে ক'ম ক'বই পৰা নাই
দাদা বুলি নক'ব আৰু
দিগদাৰ দিওঁ ইটো কথা বিচাৰি পেলাই দিগদাৰ দিওঁ আমনি পায় কিন্তু এয়া কথা পাতিলোঁ চিনাকি হ'ল মোৰ হেড অফ দ্য ডিপাৰ্টমেণ্ট বৰ ভাল লাগিলে দেই মই আজিয়ে দেখা দেখি গৈছে আগতে যদিও ক'ৰবাত পাতি পথে দেখিছোঁ হয়তো মানে হেৰাই গৈছোঁ কিন্তু আজি দেখি খুব ভাল লাগিলে আপোনাৰ বেক হিষ্ট্ৰীখিনি ছাৰেও ক'লে কোনোবা বাইদেউ গোটেইখিনি কথা ক'লে খুব ভাল লাগিলে আপোনালোকৰ চিনাকি হ'ল সঁচাকৈ মোৰ এনেকুৱা লাগে যে মই আকৌ যেন ছাত্ৰী এগৰাকী হওঁ নেকি ডিপাৰ্টমেণ্টত সঁচাকৈ তাতে মানে সকলোতে পালোঁ আপোনাৰ যিসকল ইয়াত আহিছে বাইদেউসকল সন্ধ্যা বাইদেউতো আৰু নজনা কোনো নাই যিকিনো মোৰ জীৱনতো বহুত সন্ধ্যা নামি আহিলে সন্ধ্যা বাইদেউৰ কথা কওঁতে মোৰ জীৱনতো বহুত সন্ধ্যা নামি আহিছিল মানে মানে বাকী নাই আৰু মোৰ ডিগ্ৰী বহুত আছে কিন্তু মোৰ আক্ষেপ একো নাই আক্ষেপ একো নাই কোনোবাই প্ৰশংসা কৰিলেও কৰিছে নাই কৰা যদিও কৰিছে বেয়া কথা কৈছে যদিও আই ন' হোৱাট আই এম মই জানো মই কি মই জানো তোমাৰ বাবে মই কি কৰিছোঁ মই জানো তোমাৰ বাবে মই কি কৰিছোঁ মই সকলোখিনি মই জানো তুমি স্বীকাৰ নকৰিব পাৰা মই জানো মই কি কৰিছোঁ এজন আছে ন পৰমাত্মা তেওঁ হিচাপ নিকাচবিলাক কৰি আছে নহয় সেইকাৰণে মই কওঁ যে
Okay. Without mic, you are better.
সেইকাৰণে অলংকক মই ভয় কৰা নাই কোনে কি কৈছে কোনে কি ভাবিছে মই সেইবোৰ কোনোদিনীয়া কৰা নাই কিন্তু মই এটাই জানিছিলোঁ যে মই কি কৰি আছোঁ মই কি কৰিম সেয়া মই জানো মোৰ পৰিয়ালে জানে মোৰ বন্ধু বান্ধৱে জানে সেইকাৰণে মোৰ কোনো আক্ষেপ বা মোৰ কোনো নাই পঞ্জাৱত 5 বছৰ থাকিলোঁ কম্পেৰিটিভ ৰিলিজিয়াছ ষ্টাডিজ ডিপাৰ্টমেণ্টত কাম কৰিলোঁ কাম কৰি পাঞ্জাবী শিকিলোঁ পাঞ্জাবী গীতা শিকিলোঁ পাঞ্জাবী নাচিলোঁ পাঞ্জাবীৰ সকলোখিনি আয়ত্ব কৰি মোৰ 2খন কিতাপ ওলালে সেইখনৰ হিষ্ট্ৰী অফ দ্য শিখ গুৰুজ আৰু এখন ওলাইছে গুৰু গোবিন্দ সিং সেইখন ওলালে তাৰপিছতে মই বাইদেউৰ সন্ধ্যাৰ কথাটো ক'বলৈ লৈছোঁ যে জীৱনৰ সন্ধ্যা গধূলি মই বহুত দেখিলোঁ অৱশেষত 1.5 বছৰ হ'ল মোৰ নিজৰ স্বামী ঘৰৰ চোতালতে তেখেত পৰিলে কথা নাই বতৰা নাই ভাল মানুহ সুস্থ মানুহ তেখেতে গভৰ্ণমেণ্ট ডিপাৰ্টমেণ্টত আছিলে মেনেজিং ডাইৰেক্টৰ হিচাপে ইণ্ডাষ্ট্ৰীত আছিলে তাৰপিছত ঘৰৰ চোতালতে তেখেতে পৰি লগে লগে তেওঁ গোটেই মূৰ ভাঙি গ'ল জীৱনটো তাতেই শেষ হৈ গ'ল কিন্তু সেই মুহূৰ্তত মই কথাবোৰ কিন্তু খুব প্ৰিয় বন্ধুসকলক প্ৰিয় মোৰ শিক্ষকসকলক জনাইছিলোঁ, খুব সাহস দিছিলে ছাৰ, যে ভাঙি তুমি নপৰিবা, তোমাৰ কৰিবলগীয়া কাম আৰু কিছু আছে, তুমি অকণমান নিজকে স্থিৰ কৰি লৈ কামখিনি কৰা। এখেতৰ বিষয়ে কিতাপ এখন উলিয়ালোঁ, সেইখন হেমন্ত ছাৰে মুকলি কৰিলে। যি কি নহওক, ঘাত প্ৰতিঘাতৰ মাজত জীৱনটোক চলাই লৈ গৈ আছোঁ। আৰু আজি যেতিয়া আপোনালোকে মোক যিখিনি সন্মান দিলে, যিখিনি মৰম কৰিলে, সঁচাকৈ মই চিৰকৃতজ্ঞ থাকিম। ঠিক এনেকুৱা এটা বেঞ্চত মোৰ বহিবলৈ ইমান মন গৈছে, ইমান ভাল লাগিছে কথাখিনি আকৌ যেন নতুনকৈ শিকোঁ। জীৱনটো মোৰ এনেকুৱা ফিল হৈছে, মই যেন আকৌ সৰু ছোৱালী হৈ যাওঁ আৰু গোটেইখিনি স্কুলীয়া জীৱনৰ পৰা আৰম্ভ কৰি মই যেন আকৌ সকলোখিনি শিকোঁ, শুদ্ধভাৱে শিকোঁ। আকৌ যেন মই ঠিক তেনেকুৱা এটা স্তৰলৈ মই যেন আহোঁ, আহি পেলাই যেন আকৌ যেন লাহে লাহে যেন বেলেগ এটা জীৱনলৈ গুচি যাওঁ। তেনেকুৱা এটা অনুভৱ হৈ আছে, ভাল লাগিছে। আপোনালোকে ভালে থাকক। নিশ্চয় বিভিন্ন গাঁৱৰ পৰা হওক, বিভিন্ন চহৰৰ পৰা হওক একগোট হৈ ইয়াত আহিছে, কিন্তু কোনো কাকো এৰি যাবও নালাগে। শিকিবলগীয়া কথা কিন্তু প্ৰত্যেকজন ব্যক্তিৰ পৰা আছে, প্ৰত্যেকজন ব্যক্তিৰ পৰা কিন্তু শিকিবলগীয়া অকণমান হ'লেও কথা কিন্তু আছে, আৰু সেই কথাখিনি আমি ল'ব লাগে। আজি নীৰু বাইদেউৰ বিষয়ে অকণমান লিখিছিলোঁ, কিতাপখন দেখা নাই এতিয়ালৈকে, কিতাপখন দিব দেই, কিতাপখন সেই অকণমান লিখিছিলোঁ। নীৰু বাইদেউৰ যিখিনি মানে ডেডিকেশ্যন, সেইটো বৰ কঠিন সাধনা, সেইটো ভাবিব নোৱাৰি, কিন্তু বৰ কঠিন সাধনা কিন্তু সেইখিনি। সেইকাৰণে এটাই কওঁ, আপোনালোকে আমাৰ যিসকল টিচাৰ আছে, সেই টিচাৰসকলৰ যিখিনি মানে ভেলুজ অফ লাইফ, এইখিনি আপোনালোকে গোটাই লওক। আগৰ হিষ্ট্ৰীখিনি পঢ়িলে তেতিয়া গম পাব। আজি ছাৰে এটা সুন্দৰ কথা ক'লে যে আটাইকেইজনৰ জীৱনৰ কথা কিছু কিছু লিখি থাকিলে ভাল হয়। আমি সকলোৱে সেইখিনি মনত আছে। আমাৰ কুঞ্জ বাইদেউ আছিলে, আয়ো দেহি ঘপককৈ গুচি গ'ল কুঞ্জ বাইদেউ। যি কি নহওক, এটাই কওঁ যে ক'বলৈ গ'লে বহুত কথা ক'বলৈ মন যায়, কিন্তু সিমানখিনি কথা ক'বলৈ এই মুহূৰ্তত ইমান সময়ো নাই। ছাৰৰ চিঠি আগৰ পিছত ক'ব যে গা বেয়া লাগিছে বুলি। আমি এতিয়া সকলোৱে ঘূৰা ঘূৰি হওঁ অলপ পিছতে, কিন্তু স্মৃতিবিলাক সুন্দৰকৈ ৰাখিব। এই জালুকবাৰীৰ যিখিনি স্মৃতি, সেইখিনি কিন্তু খুব মধুময় স্মৃতি। মই যিমান ঠাইলৈ গৈছোঁ, যিমানেই কাম কৰিছোঁ, যিমানেই যি নকৰিছোঁ, কিন্তু জালুকবাৰীক পাহৰিব নোৱাৰি, সেই শিক্ষকসকলক পাহৰিব নোৱাৰি। সেইকাৰণে সেই শিক্ষকসকলৰ প্ৰতি যিখিনি মৰ্যাদা বা যিখিনি মৰম দিব লাগে, সেইখিনি আপোনালোকে দিব। কেইজনমান ছাৰৰ ছাত্ৰই ৰেচপণ্ড কৰিছে, কিছুজনক ৰেচপণ্ড কৰিব পৰা নাই, কিয়নো আচলতে হয়তো বিভিন্ন কামত ব্যস্ত হৈ আছে, বিভিন্ন সমস্যা তেওঁলোকে আছে, সেইকাৰণে হয়তো তেওঁলোকে হয়তো আহিব পৰা নাই। হয়তো আগলৈ কেতিয়াবা হয়তো লগ পোৱাৰ আশাৰে তেখেত আছে, যিহেতুকে তেখেতৰ এতিয়া 85 হৈ গ'ল। আমি ক'ম যে সকলোৱে দীৰ্ঘায়ু হৈ থাকক বুলি ক'ম, কিন্তু এদিন যে সকলোৱে যাবই লাগিব। যোৱাৰ আগতে আমি কিছুমান ভাল কথা, ভাল নাম যাতে আমি থৈ যাব পাৰোঁ অন্তত, সেইটো হ'ল আমাৰ প্ৰচেষ্টা, একমাত্ৰ প্ৰচেষ্টা। ভালে থাকক সকলোৱে। ছাৰ
Thank you so much, Sulekha Bhai. We could literally go back into the life as a student in this campus back in 30-40 years, listening to her. We could literally visualize those. Thank you so much for the memories that you had, you told us. So now we will be listening from the professors of our department. We have almost all the professors here, so let's start with Aloka ma'am. Please.
First of all, I'd like to thank Professor Reddy visiting our department at this age, just to see us, meet our students. So when I talked to him over telephone, I said, sir, this is your department. So you should come and visit our student, meet our student, faculty member, new faculty member. And he said, yes, I have come all the way just to meet the students and the faculty member. So, when we see that memories, when I saw Professor Reddy today, I'm remembering my days in the department. 91 when I joined this department, Professor Reddy was the head of the department that time. So actually that time we didn't know much, but then we learned quite a lot from all my teachers, Professor Anuradha, Dr. Professor Monirul Hussain, Sandha Baido. Then I'm remembering Professor Kunjo Medhi, Professor Nero Hazarika. They were, they were quite senior to me, and when I joined, and I learned quite a lot from them. And I still remember, I suppose Anuradha Baidu remembers, Sandhya Baidu also, Manur Hussain also, that Professor Reddy used to bring South Indian delicacies. His wife used to prepare, and he used to bring, all those South Indian delicacies in the department, and all of us, we sit together and we used to enjoy. Bahut memory ase, especially Professor Kunjo Medhi লগত, Monirul Hussain. Monirul Hussain মোৰ এটা কথা খুব মনত পৰে, কাৰণ Monirul Hussain আৰু Kunjo Medhi সেইখিনি সময়ত নকল ধৰা এক্সপাৰ্ট আছিল। আৰু I still remember মই Monirul Hussaiনৰ লগত কেইবা বাৰু এতিয়া নিচিনা ৰিচাৰ্চ কৰে, যেতিয়া এক্সামিনেশ্যন ডিউটি নিদিছিলে, আমি টিচাৰবিলাকে এক্সামিনেশ্যন হলত আছিলোঁ, আৰু মই Monirul Hussaiনৰ লগত কেইবা বাৰু আছিলোঁ এক্সামিনেশ্যন। তেতিয়া I was very new in the department, আৰু মই যেতিয়া হুছেইনৰ লগত, প্ৰফেচৰ হুছেইনৰ লগত দৰজাৰ মুখত থিয় হৈ থাকোঁ, হুছেইনে মোক দূৰৰ পৰা কয়, অলকা এই ছোৱালীজনী বা সেই ল'ৰাটোৱে নকল আনিছে। মই খুব আচৰিত হওঁ যে মই কিয় ধৰিব নোৱাৰোঁ। আৰু মই কি কয়, হুছেইনে মোক কয় যে একেবাৰে পাৰ্টিকুলাৰ, আই এম 100% চিয়'ৰ যে নকল আনিছে। মই কওঁ যে ছাৰ মই গৈ পেলাই চাই আহোঁ, তুমি যোৱা। চ' মই 3বাৰ 4বাৰ ৰাউণ্ড দিওঁ সেই ল'ৰাটো আৰু ছোৱালীজনীৰ ওচৰত। এতিয়া বহুত প্ৰমিনেণ্ট পলিটিচিয়ানো হৈছে, ছাৰে মোক কয় তুমি ধৰিব পাৰিছানে? মই ছাৰ মই একদম পৰা নাই, মই নকল ধৰাত একেবাৰে উস্তাদ নহয়, কাৰণ মই এনেকুৱা এখন ইনষ্টিটিউটৰ পৰা আহিছোঁ, তাত খুব ষ্ট্ৰিক্ট, ছেণ্ট মেৰী শ্বিলং, গতিকে তাত প্ৰশ্নই নুঠে, এইবোৰ কোনোদিন লাইফত দেখাই নাই। আৰু ছাৰ ঠিক তাৰ পিছ মুহূৰ্ততে ছাৰে মোক কয় যে তুমি ইয়াতে ৰখি থাকা, মই ছাৰে গৈ ইমিডিয়েটলি থাপ মাৰি ধৰে আৰু নকলটো ওলাই লৈ আহে। মই একেবাৰে ছাৰপ্ৰাইজ, মই ধৰিব নোৱাৰোঁ যে ছাৰে কেনেকৈ ধৰে। আৰু প্ৰফেচৰ কুঞ্জ মেধিও তেনেকুৱা আছিলে, আজি বাইদেউ আমাৰ মাজত নাই, বাইদেউ তেনেকৈ ধৰিছিলে। ছোৱালী এজনীক ধৰিলে এবাৰ, and she is a সাংঘাতিক ধৰণৰ, she created a scene, আৰু ক'লে যে মই I'll commit suicide. মই এতিয়া মনত আছে যে কুঞ্জ মেধিও মই খুব ভয় খালোঁ, ছোৱালীজনীয়ে যেতিয়া ক'লে যে আপুনি মোক ধৰিছে, মই চুইচাইড কৰিম আজি। আৰু ছোৱালীজনী এইটোও ক'লে যে মই আই এম এংগেজ, মোৰ বিয়া ঠিক হৈ আছে, আপুনি মোৰ বদনাম কৰিছে, গতিকে মই আই গো এণ্ড কমিট চুইচাইড। মইতো ইমানেই ভয় খাইছোঁ, মই কুঞ্জ মেধিক কৈছোঁ যে বাইদেউ কি হ'ব এতিয়া, ইফ শ্বি কমিট চুইচাইড ইট উইল বি এ বেড নেম ফৰ দ্য ডিপাৰ্টমেণ্ট। বাইদেউ মোক কৈছে তুমি একদম নিশ্চিন্ত মনে থাকা, একো নকৰে। তাৰপিছত পৰীক্ষা হৈ যোৱাৰ পিছত মই, কুঞ্জ মেধি এণ্ড নীলু হাজৰিকা, আমি তিনিগৰাকী এইফালৰ আৰ্টছৰ কেণ্টিনত গ'লোঁ খাবলৈ। গৈ দেখোঁ তাই 4-5টামান ল'ৰাৰ লগত বহি একদম খাই আছে। তাৰপিছত কুঞ্জ মেধিয়ে মোক ক'লে, অলকা তুমি যিমান ভয় খালা, ছোৱালীজনী কেনেকৈ খাই আছে। তাৰপিছত বাইদেউ গৈ পেলাই তাইক সুধিলে কি হ'ল, তোমাৰ চুইচাইড ড্ৰপ কৰিলা নেকি? তাৰপিছত তাই ক'লে যে নহয়, মই ড্ৰপ কৰিলোঁ, মই আই হেভ টক উইথ মাই হাজবেণ্ড, উড বি হাজবেণ্ড, আৰু তেওঁ কৈছে যে এইটো একো ডাঙৰ কথা। এনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ সাংঘাতিক ধৰণৰ আমাৰ ডিপাৰ্টমেণ্টত এনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ যে আমি কিছুমান যে আমি most of the time, মই এইটো সদায় ষ্টুডেণ্টক কয় যে we spend so much time in the department, আমি কলিগৰ লগত বেছি সময় থাকোঁ ডিপাৰ্টমেণ্টত, so we are very close actually. Political science department, I am really proud that I am a faculty of this department, I am a part of this department. I have learned quite a lot. from my teacher, Anuradha Baidew, Hussein Professor Reddy, আৰু যিটো এডমিনিষ্ট্ৰেটিভ হেড হওঁতে যিবিলাক কেনেকুৱা ধৰণৰকৈ কাম কৰিব লাগে, Professor Reddy has taught us. গতিকে আমি সেইবোৰ তেওঁলোকৰ পৰা শিকিছোঁ আৰু ৰিয়েলি থেংকফুল টু অল মাই টিচাৰ্ছ। আৰু অনুৰাধা বাইদেউৰ খুব ভয় কৰিছিল ষ্টুডেণ্টে, বাইদেউ খুব ষ্ট্ৰিক্ট আছিলে আৰু খুব ৰেগুলাৰ, খুব পাৰ্টিকুলাৰ। বাইদেউৰ কিছুমান বস্তু এডমিট কৰিব লাগিব যে PGSU জেনেৰেল ছেক্ৰেটাৰীকো বাইদেউ ধৰিছিল নকল কৰোঁতে আৰু বাইদেউ এৰিও দিয়া নাছিলে। এইটো বস্তু I haven't seen in my life যে বাইদেউ ৰেজিষ্টাৰ VC পৰ্যন্ত গৈছিলে। মই বাইদেউৰ লগত একাম্পেনি কৰিছিলোঁ, বাইদেউ মোক লগত লৈ গৈছিলে। বাইদেউ এখন এপ্লিকেশ্যন লিখি যে he should not be spared আৰু I don't care যে if he is a general secretary of the PGSU. গতিকে বাইদেউৰ সাংঘাতিক ধৰণৰ কিছুমান প্ৰিন্সিপাল আছিলে, সেইবিলাকৰ পৰা আমি বহুত শিকিছোঁ আৰু গতিকে association with all these people, I've learned quite a lot and I'm still learning from my young colleagues also. So this is our political science department and thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Oloka ma'am. Okil sir is sitting right there. We would like to hear also from him.
Too long.
It's okay.
We are very glad that Professor Reddy is with us. I joined in the department in 2001. So I was already retiring, but he was in extension. So I had the privilege to be a colleague of Professor Reddy. I think me, Aloka Baidew and Dhruvoda and myself joined together in the department in 2001. So we were colleagues of Professor Reddy, Anuradha Baidew, Khanda Baidew, Hussein Sir, Kunjo Baidew and Niru Baidew. And but they were already leaving the department by the time, but they used to keep on coming. So there are a lot of stories, lot of histories, lot of stories about the department. But I had really a very challenging time because of my size and all. So we had Digonto Das. He was a clerical staff and he was very smart. He was wearing very smart dresses and all. And me, Dhruvoda and Digonto were sitting in the same room. But our students were always confusing between me and Digonto. They considered Digonto to be the teacher and me to be the clerical staff. So I had to change my dress code. I used to wear a coat regularly so that nobody confuses me. So that was one identity crisis. And also I just suggested that coat is not enough. You also have to have a tie and all. But gradually, we overcame it. We could overcome it. So in 2000, the Department of Political Science organized, or let me also tell me that I was a student in the department for maybe 2 months or 3 months. I graduated in 1993, December, and result was probably declared in September or October, and admission was taking place in 93 December. And I was late. I was first class passed, but I was quite late. I still remember Anuradha Baidew was sitting, Aloka Baidew, Khanda Baidew was sitting, and they were, they were very strict. Why did I get delayed? I was very afraid of my admission might get delayed because I came very late. So my roll number should have been 1, but it turned out to be 64, something like that. But then I was not very regular in the classes because I was also aspiring to go outside. And finally I went to Delhi University. But remember the classes that I had. Hussein sir taught sociology. I still remember sociology. And he had a lot of fun. He had his own style of teaching. Anuradha Baidew used to be very strict. The way she has spoken today, it was very strict in the class. Aloka Baidew now I find it very amazing, and she used to be so strict in the class. I don't know, probably she is still very strict
I'm
in the
not
class.
strict, okay?
You know, everybody is afraid of Oloka Vaidya. So now I know, of course, used to be very friendly. Reddy sir was very particular, not only in the classroom, but also in the common room. I remember we were sharing a lot of things. I used to write something and to bring it to the department. Sir was looking at it and was, inspiring that you should write. And I still remember I was writing something, Sir has gone through and Sir said yes. Anuradha Vaidu or Aloka Vaidu, I don't remember. And they said that if Reddy sir has said it is alright, then you have passed the test. Meaning, you have written it very good. P.D. Gogoi, Phony Gogoi was also a teacher, and he was very particular. He'll be speaking very, his voice was very low. He used to teach us political theory. Kunjo Vaidya used to teach international politics. I remember there was a conference or seminar organized in the department itself. Remember, those were the traditions and we continue. That was the time, the Southeast Asia crisis was, that Middle East crisis was happening, and there was a conference on it and within the department, and Phony Gogoi was speaking on the dynamics of the conflict in Middle East. So 2000, the Northeast India Political Science Association conference was held. I was in Gwalpara College at that time, and Anuradha Vaidu was the president of Northeast India Political Science Association, and Noni Gopal Mahanta, who happens to be my brother because we studied during the same time in Cotton College. He was the general secretary of the local organizing committee. As usual, Nonida, sometimes he disappears. Anuradha Vaidu will be all the time there, and Nanda will be calling me, Abai, take care of it. And that was a great time. It was in 2000, and at that time, a lot of our students of the department were also ministers and speakers. Ganesh Kutum was the speaker, and therefore invited for the dinner, and we were given a very good dinner that time. Kunjo Vaidya was a very different kind of person. We had an opportunity, me, Dhruvoda and Subro. We went to Manipur with Kunjo Vaidya for MPSC, Manipur Public Service Commission examination, and we stayed there for 3 days or 4 days, I don't remember. And she was telling us a lot of funny stories. You cannot imagine the kind of stories that, we cannot disclose these stories that I talked at that time. Then, the Subra joined, Jayanto joined, then, Barokha and Joanna joined together, then Vikas joined. So the history of the department has been very engaging as far as the societal issues are concerned. Probably you have not seen that 2 volumes have been published of the writings of Professor Debu Prasad Borua. And you cannot imagine, I was visiting one day to his residence, and he was telling me, don't refer too much to David Stone. I was taken aback. I said, why shouldn't take David Stone so seriously? Then he said, there were more, serious political theorists than David Stone. And then he had given me a volume, All India, that American Political Science Association, probably the annual proceedings or something like that. And he got it, from United States of America, and he presented it to me. And he said, read it. Then you understand what is political theory. So, the kind of writings he had, and I remember he was delivering a lecture in Kurukshetra University. Probably that was inauguration of the academic, we used to call it academic staff college. He was invited as the inaugurator for the Kurukshetra University, one of the refresher courses or something, academic staff college. And the lecture that he delivered, you cannot imagine, that was a research paper kind of thing. A lecture could be a research paper. And also when Davaidya was the head of the department, we organized the seminar, national seminar on the diversity and democracy, and he was invited as the keynote speaker and he was quite old at that time, maybe 80 plus, but he came prepared with that lecture. He typed himself and came prepared and spoke. So what I'm suggesting, that the kind of teachers we had, Debabrata Sharma, who is in Canada now, he used to teach sociology. Nirubaidu used to teach public administration. So the kind of diversity we had and the kind of vision, Rausa, developed 3 branches within political science: public administration, international studies, and sociology. Then we later came to know that his vision was to develop all branches into 3 independent departments. Now sociology has already emerged as an independent department. Probably he was also thinking that public administration one day will become as an independent department, and also international study. That kind of vision he had. Devaprasad Burwa, who also became the Vice Chancellor of the university, he had a different kind of vision. Then all his successors, Niru Baidu, Kunjo Baidu, Anuradha Baidu, and then Hussein Shah, Khanda Baidu, Aloka Baidu, Nonida, then myself, and now Jayanto. So, everybody contributed towards the expansion of the department, growth of the department, and we maintained the solidarity. And that's very important. But when it is saying that all of we have a lot of differences, both in political terms and in ideological terms, in approaching the problems, and that diversity has given a lot of strength to the department. So we're very glad, and whenever we meet, whenever we invite our retired professors to the department, we feel like, energizing ourselves, getting, additional oxygen, because we are suffering from oxygen deficit. So they are coming to the department, fill up that deficit, and we feel ourselves extremely energized, and we see a bright future. So, sir, thank you very much for coming to the department. And it is your coming to the department and your presence to the department in the department has given us this opportunity of having this kind of generational. There are generations. Reddy Sir was teacher of Anuradha Baidu. Of course, others were not this. Anuradha Baidu, Kunjo Baidu, Niru Baidu. Then Jayanto was their student. I was their students. I was Anuradha Baidu's. I did my PhD under Anuradha Baidu. This is many generations now are coming to it. So this is a rare opportunity for all of us. And again, I wish all of them good health and look for a better future, bright future of the department. Thank you very much.
Much open, sir.
Student or give a question.
Okay, so sir, interaction session to the chemist. Okay. We will proceed to the interaction now. I'm sure there will be questions regarding academics and also to the departmental history that we had. So everyone is excited and curious about a lot of questions, I'm sure, and the session is open to questions.
Okay. Yes, Priyanka is. Yeah.
Hello ma'am, hello sir. My name is Priyanka Kumari Mishra. I am from the 4th semester. I have a general question. This is regarding academic writings. We essentially have not learned, how to write in academics, especially a good article or any other write-up. So my question is, how do I develop to this, writing in something in academic writings? How do I develop this habit of writing? And what should I study? And how do I get a topic? Of course, for PhD, how do I decide a topic of my interest? So this is my question.
Okay, Reddy sir will respond to that.
How to select your subject is something that you should think in terms of approaching your teacher. That is the first thing that you have to do. At the same time, you have to think about your interest. In which aspect of the subject or in which part of the subject you are interested, you have to put before your teacher. Whomsoever you are more closely attached to you, or you want to have him as your guide, you have to consider your teacher. And so far as thinking about what to write and how to write, you must begin to write something.
Okay.
And as you write, you can improve upon what you have written. This is how, I mean, this is the way I think about it. It's not that I can write at one go. When I think about so many things, I begin to write something, change it, again write. That is how we have to learn to write. So this is the way that all of us have gone through, and this is the way you have to go through.
Thank you, sir. So I have a question now, and I'm sure everyone is a little more excited about listening about the history of our department more than the academic questions. My question is for Professor Reddy. So I'm a little curious about how our department reacted to the national emergency. I mean, how was the circumstances back then? Were any repercussions in the campus? Were there protests or any kind of involvement of the department with the emergency situation?
During the emergency?
Yes, sir.
During the emergency, we were more or less confined to our department. And sometimes, of course, classes were disrupted. But as long as we are there in the department, we were not missing any class. Some students might not be there.
Professor Dipaprasad Barua was arrested before that, isn't it? Yeah. D.P. Barua was arrested and he became the head of the department during that.
That is how, I mean, we were following the developments at that time, but at the same time we wanted to continue the academic work.
Okay.
So as long as students were coming to the department, we were performing our duties.
So were there any kind of crackdown from the government in the academic activities?
No, we didn't have any kind of pressure from the government to stop teaching or to participate in the movement, and that kind of pressure was not. We had that autonomy in the department as well as the university.
Thank you, sir. So anyone else interested about the history, past, memories?
Okay.
Angara. Tawhid asked the question about the national emergency. I would like to know from the respected former professors about their experiences during the Ahom Andolan. How that event changed the history of the department and how it changed Assam as a whole. I would like to know your opinions on it.
In the Assam moment, actually, university was a very important place from where the movement started. So there was a group of students who started they prepared for the movement. And Dr. D.P. Barua, and there were a few other people, teachers and officers, who were actually behind this idea. Because it was basically because of the, as you all know, they wanted to push out the immigrants. So
We never suspended teaching.
yeah, we did not suspend, but we did have lots of days where they were declared banned, and including teachers, everyone once or twice went on strike, and we did go to the jail also, supposed to be, but then we found out that one of our teachers was the jailer, so we were treated with sweets and tea. And otherwise, Dr. D.P. Barua was behind the bar for a long time, because this was a continuous movement for a very long period. So studies were affected, we must say, from primary to the university level. There was not an atmosphere, because every second day you never know what is going on in the jazz field. You find some of the leaders taking their place and giving different type of lectures. And there were different groups of people who were behind this, but the university was the main place. So I will say that from every part of the society, student, teacher, women, women organizations, almost every day we had some kind of band, and we went to the extent of going down to saying that we will give our blood, test them, they'll need to. But we are a group of people who are forever doing strikes. I mean, we are out of our class. When we were in class 10, we had a protest for our language. So there were people some people died, and particularly one person, Ranjit Pujari, he was the hero. I don't want to tell you the whole stories, but what I want to say is that during the protest movement, the atmosphere of the school, though we had classes, but very few students were there, but authority was telling us to take our classes, but we come out and find out that there is nobody in the class. So, to a great extent, the whole actually culture or the atmosphere of the studies in the Guwahati University in particular, I'm nobody to say, but I felt the whole atmosphere has gone so bad that it was very difficult to pull that up for many years to a particular status. That is what we felt. Because in the villages, because by that time the different organizations were formed and right and left everywhere. And when the students became leader, of course there are people behind, but it was mostly the students who carried on the movement. Then as our ethnic groups, all those groups were being also mobilized in different areas. Actually Monirul will know better because he has done his work on that. But otherwise, I think there are a lot of diversities. We never used to think in Assam religion was not a problem. Religion was a personal thing for everybody before the movement. We have a lot of Muslim scholars who have written about the history of Assam. People like Abdul Malik has written a book on Sankardev, who says, I think till today no comparison. But the situation has turned, and now, we have many teachers, many friends who grew up together with Hindu, Muslim together. It was not like other parts of the country that we have. If you ask your parents and grandparents, they will say that we are just one group. We belong to, a Muslim and Hindu division was not there. But that has started off with the question of migrant. Immigration should have been a different type of problem. As I feel, I am nobody, I have not done research on that, but we have tried to, if you look at the thing from outside, you will see that whole situation has gone down. About the studies also from school to the university level, particularly in Guwahati University, we had a lot of effects on our studies.
Most welcome, sir. We will organize one.
So, are questions as well?
Last question. No.
Last question.
Okay, so
Last question tonight. last question was the last question.
so this is the end of the interaction, and I would like to call Jyotish-Man, research scholar, to conclude and deliver his vote of thanks.
The options, sir?
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. It is a great honor for me to deliver the vote of thanks on this special occasion. First, I would like to thank Professor P.S. Reddy, sir, who had a prominent role in building the foundations of the department from 1961. My sincere gratitude goes to Professor Anuradha Datta, former SOD of our department, I would also like to thank Professor Moniul Hussain sir, Santha Goswami ma'am, and also like to thank Sulekha Chakraborty Bhattacharya ma'am. We are thankful to Jayanta Krishna Sharma sir, SOD of the Department of Political Science, for organizing this session, and also like to thank faculty members, students, research scholars for making this session successful. Special thanks goes to Tawhid department representatives for comparing. Last but not the least, my sincere thank goes to office staff. Thank you.
Since the speech, interaction, vote of thanks and everything has come to an end, we all have learned a lot. I mean, it was a going back to the time. It was kind of feeling. So after the end of all, since I have been entering for the event, I declare this is feeling a little bit awkward to declare it is an end, but this is the end.
You make it at John. Let's have a photograph.
Full screen full screen.
আমারকে বেশি বহুত বেশি আমার নাই এটা নাই বলা
দেবাশিস এখন সাইড দাও দেবাশিস
কইব না আপনি
এই সুইচ অফ কৰিলে তই সুইচ অফ কৰি আমি সেইকেইটা নহওঁ মই ইমান ভাবাই নাছিলো ইমান আছে চব ছেকেণ্ড নাহে মানে হৈ গ'ল নতুন পাইছে ন কেনেকুৱা হ'ব আজি এক্সাম আছিল মানে বঢ়িয়া হচ্ছে কি লাগে লাষ্টত যাবা নেকি
এনেহ'লে খিৰা খানা আগৰ গুলি
Finally, research scholar.
আগত জেগাত দাখল কৰি লাগিছিলে লোকে মেইন জেগাখিনি আহিব আহিব
আছে আছে আৰু আছে এবাৰতে আহিছে ন একো নহয় অভিজিত মই উঠাম আৰু বেলেগ তুমি ওলোৱা নাই পিছলে খান চব আহিছে আমি আৰামছে হ'ব পাৰিম কথা নাই যাই লওক ভিডিঅ'টো কোনোবাই ধৰি দিব কয় ভিডিঅ'টো হ'ব নালাগে অট'মেটিক
মই তুলি দিওঁ তুমি তুলি
ইমান মাৰা
Hey,